Welcome to my channel. This is Becky at Aunt Beck's Creations, and I'm just trying to get a setup that'll work for us. That might be better so you're not picking up all of the computer sounds. So this is an impromptu live, and this is going to be just a quick kind of video of explaining how to find out how big and how much fabric you need to make a lunch tote for whatever size container you have. Okay, these are a couple of the totes that I make for Scott. These are the ones he takes to work. So I'm going to set those aside because I just want to show you basically how I've constructed some. This one's a real small one, and I made a matching napkin. But this one's too small for this container. You can see that it's way too small. But this holds like a sandwich box. And he told me he would prefer that that this strap here lays totally flat so that when he takes his lunch out, because you put this in here like this, and then these come over the strap. And he said he would prefer that when he pulls his lunch out, that this lays flat so he can use this as a placemat on the wooden picnic tables at his work. So this one doesn't get much use because I made it too small. But say I was going to go to the zoo for the day or something, I could put like a little sandwich or something in there. And I have the napkin, and we wrap the silverware in the napkin and that kind of thing. So that one turned out a little too small because I didn't think about something. All right, let's set that behind us for now. This one works for one container that I have. Hi, Janet. That Scott carries soup in because it has a locking lid. I didn't think to bring that one in, but this one works the same way. You slide the dish in like this, and then these come up and go over the top. And then you can just carry your lunch. So this one, again, is too small for the two containers that we use the most. And the strap is not long enough, so this doesn't lay flat. I'll probably take these straps off and make longer straps. Another thing he wanted is high contrast between the outer fabric and the lining fabric, so that in the dark, when he's got his lunch and it's together like this, his idea was that the handle, which will be the same color as your lining, will be different than the outside. So when I was making the casserole tote for him to take that sweet potato casserole to work, I got his input again. And this is the tote I made for the casserole dish. Now this will fit a pretty big size casserole dish because it still had room with the one that I had sent with him to work. And you can see I did as he asked. This lays flat. So now this all lays flat. And when he pulls this in and he has his handle come up out of here, so in dim light, he can see this handle. He said when they match too much, then he spends a lot of time grabbing corners and that kind of stuff. So that's some things that Scott's input I thought would be helpful to people. All right. So now, how do you figure out how big of a square you need? And what you need is, what I do is I have two pieces of fabric that are the same size. And then I apply iron-on interfacing to both pieces. You could also, if you didn't want to use interfacing, you can use a lightweight batting, but then you only need one piece. And I think maybe that's what I did with this one after all. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think there's only one piece in. But either way, you need something to give it just a little bit of structure. And you can also see I just randomly made wonky stars with my sewing machine to give it some quilting. So now let's figure this out, because I had a light bulb moment right before I came on here. Because here I have my cutting mat, right? It's got the 45s marked here. So let's get our container. And we need a measuring tape. So let's start with this one. And all I'm going to do is tell you how to figure out your size for tonight. I'm not going to make one of these tonight, but what you do is we'll make one together another day. But today I just wanted to kind of give you an overview. So here you have your dish. Measure all the way around the longest direction. So this is 21 3/4. If I add 1/2 inch seams, you want to add an inch to that. So 22 3/4. So what I would do is actually make a 23-inch square, not a square. Back that up. This is your diagonal measurement. So if we take, and we know that we need 23 inches across, if we put the 23 down here on this corner, right on the corner, and then just run it along your 45-degree angle, then you know that you're going to need about a 16-inch square. So where this meets your square, or you could do 16.5-inch square to give you enough room for your seams, okay? So that's how, from now on, I'm going to figure it. I did all this wonky math before, and then I looked at my cutting board, and I'm like, it's all right there. I don't need to do all of that mess. So then let's do this one. Just measure around the longest point, because when you put this in your tote, you're going to put it in at an angle. So let's go around this one. And this one is about, I'm going to say 22.5. So add 1/2 inch seams. So 23.5. So really, these need to be between 16 and 17 inches. That is almost to the 17 inches. And that includes a 1/2 inch seam. And that'll get you your diagonal. So the dish sits like this. Then this end comes up, this end comes up, and that end would come up, and it'll meet in the middle. All right. So that's how you figure out your squares. So 2 pieces of fabric at that 16 or 17-inch square, plus a piece of lightweight batting, 16 to 17 inches, whichever you decide to do. Then you need a piece here. Oh, it doesn't like that. All right, calm down. You need a piece to run corner to corner that is 4 inches wide by however long you need it. We're going to turn that autofocus off so that it will quit dancing around maybe. No, it's still going to do it. Let me get another piece. Let's see. Will it do? Oh, Scott brought me coffee. All right. We know that this one's too short, right? Yep. So I can't even show you how to fix that. But you need a piece that 4 inches wide. This is too narrow too. I was trying to do a smaller version. 4 inches by whatever your length is here. 17 and a half. Crossways. So 4 inches, because what you do is you fold it in half, and then you fold the 2 sides to the middle, and then you have a piece that is basically this width, which I think is an inch. Yeah, there's an inch wide strip of batting inside this as well. You kind of tuck it in between, and then you just stitch down 2 sides. So you folded it in half, then you fold your 2 edges to the middle, and then you fold them back together again. So this has been, like, say it's opened, it folds in, and back together. So the 2 sides fold into the middle, and then they fold in like that. And then you sew down both sides of that, and then this is just tacked on here. You could serge the end of this if you want to. You could make sure when you fold this back on itself, you could stitch over that another time. That would actually give you more strength, and this is what they grab onto and hold. And then you also need this piece here, which I think is an inch and a half wide, and you just want to make some little loops. And I think these were 4.5 inches long. And then when you put your layering together, you put these on the corner. But I will show you how to make one of these another day. I just wanted to show you, if you want to make some of these along with me, just do your measurements. And if you're lucky and have a cutting mat, or even a ruler, a big quilting ruler, it would help. Hi, Honey Popo. Hi, Janet Nash. Hi, Joyce. Hi, Linda. So I hope that was kind of clear. I hope. And Scott worked himself out of work, so he's getting an extra day off from work. So he will be home tomorrow. I am planning, I've already told him about this because he's going to be home tomorrow and I'm going to be working on this tomorrow. So what I might do is I might turn my camera on tomorrow during Craft and Chat and just mute the Craft and Chat while I work on this, so that I can still watch them, but I won't be able to hear them while I'm doing this. But we found this at the Dollar Tree, laying in the parking lot like that. And then Julia told me this is Peppa Pig. So I went to Joann's because I wanted to do kind of a joke gift for Scott, and he loves the idea because I've already shared it with him. They did not have any Peppa Pig fabric, but they had pig fabric. And this was a remnant in the remnant bin. So I'm going to pair these two together, and I'm going to make him a lunch tote and matching napkin out of the piggy fabric. And it's kind of just a little tribute to Peppa Pig. So that's what I'm going to work on tomorrow. I will have my stuff cut out, ready to go. I will probably just do the 17-inch square of the pig and the black, and make a lunch bag. I think the black will be the outside because that's the side that will end up sitting against the picnic table, and I don't want the piggy fabric to get, too dirty too quickly. So that will be tomorrow. So if you want to play along and you've got a container, you could do this for a basket. Journey asked me about a basket. My idea would be measure around your basket, just like we did these, and then make a matching napkin to fit inside that will also fold over, or even just lay over the top of your rolls. Because she was asking about, could you do this for a bread bowl to carry bread to someone's house? And yes, you can. You could make a tote and then make a matching napkin to put in the basket to have around the rolls, and then put it in your tote and you'll be ready to go. I do not have a bread basket, so I can't really show that, but I can show you the lunch bag. All right. There's Julia now. So that's how to measure your containers. Just go around the longest way, all the way around, start in the top, go all the way around the bottom, up to the top, to the center. Find that measurement. And that measurement's on the 45 degrees. And if you start at 0 on a cutting mat and measure up the distance you need to go, whatever line you're closest to here will tell you the square size that you need. Remember, 2 squares of fabric, coordinating fabric. Bernadette, no. And then a piece of batting. Get over here. No. Go on. Go lay down. Go on. Go lay down. You have a blanket over there. And then you need some strips. 4.5-inch strip by at least your measurement for the top. If you want it to lay down flat, add 1 inch more to the length so you can fold it under. And then you need 4.5-inch pieces at like 1.5 inches for your little tabs that you're going to tuck your handle through. All right. And we will be stitching that up tomorrow. I will have my everything cut and ready to go. If we're up early, I might actually come on and do that earlier in the day, or I might do it as a private in the morning. And then when it gets cycled through, I really wanted to do it live so that you could ask me questions. So I will do it tomorrow though. All right. I'm going to talk to you guys later, and I hope everybody has a good night. And I'm going to go enjoy a little time chit-chatting with Scott and drinking this coffee. Take care. Bye-bye.